Yo, what is up, guys? We're back with another NBA history resim, and today we are starting in the year 2006. The first season we will be doing is the 2006-2007 NBA season, and this will be the start of a brand new series. Um, I really don't have any reason for starting at this year. I just didn't want to start before Lebron, Wade, Bosh, and Melo's rookie season. Although I will do a sim that starts in like the 90s or 2000s where we will be able to see them get drafted. But for this sim, I wanted to start them, like 3 or 4 years into their career, and take it from there to see how like guys like that play out. And I guess I like made it before guys like D Rose, KD, Curry, Westbrook all get drafted. So yeah, so that's where we are. We're in the year 2006, and let's just take a look at some of the rosters. So the Sixers have Iguodala, Michael Redd on the Bucks, Luol Deng on the Bulls, LeBron obviously on the Cleveland Cavaliers, Paul Pierce on the Boston Celtics, Elton Brand on the Los Angeles Clippers, Pau Gasol on the Memphis Grizzlies, Joe Johnson on the Atlanta Hawks, Dwayne Wade and Shaq on the Heat, Gerald Wallace on the Bobcats, Carlos Boozer on the Utah Jazz, Ron Artest on the Kings, Stephon Marbury and Jamal Crawford on the Knicks, Kobe Bryant and Lamar Odom on the Lakers, Dwight Howard on the Magic, Dirk and Jason Terry on the Mavericks, Jason Kidd and Vince Carter on the Nets, Melo and Marcus Camby along with Iverson on the Nuggets, Jermaine O'Neal and Danny Granger on the Pacers, David West and CP3 on the Hornets, Rip Hamilton, Chauncey Billups, and Rasheed Wallace on the Pistons, Chris Bosh, Andrea Bargnani on the Raptors, T-Mac and Yao Ming on the Rockets, Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, and Manu Ginobili on the Spurs, Steve Nash, Amari Stoudemire, and Sean Marion on the Suns, Ray Allen and Rashard Lewis on the Sonics, Kevin Garnett on the Timberwolves, Zach Randolph and Brandon Roy along with LaMarcus Aldridge on the Trailblazers, and Baron Davis and Monte Ellis on the Warriors, and Gilbert Arenas and Antoine Jamison on the Washington Wizards. And here are just some of the best players in the league as of right now. So at 97 overall, we have Kobe Bryant, Dirk Nowitzki, and LeBron James. At 96, we have Steve Nash, Tim Duncan. At 95, we have D. Wade. At 93, we have Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett. At 92, we have Melo, Tony Parker. At 91, we have T-Mac. And at 90, we have Rip Hamilton, Chris Bosh, Baron Davis, Gilbert Arenas, Jason Kidd. And yeah, that's it. So here are some of like the top players in the league as of right now. I have like all of the courts in for the teams. If this loads, you guys should be able to see the Sixers floor. Yeah, it hasn't loaded in. So the courts might be messed up for this first video, as some of the courts have not loaded in. I did get disconnected when I was starting up the recording, so that's probably just the reason why. Here's the Bucks though. So that's the Bucks court. Let's see if the Bulls is working. I'm sure that a lot of the courts aren't going to be what they're supposed to be to start this sim, but I will fix it in the next episode. Yeah. Alright, so for the teams that I basically had to import courts for, it's not going to work. But for the games we're going to jump in, just don't mind for now, and I will fix it for the next stream. So let's take a look at the upcoming draft prospects. So we have KD, Al Horford, Luis Scola, Jeff Green, Mike Conley, Joakim Noah, Daquan Cook, Wilson Chandler, and Greg Oden as the top prospects. So yeah, this is a pretty big draft year, as we need to see where Kevin Durant ends up going. So if we head back into the sim, the first official game of this sim is the Hornets versus the Raptors. So let's go ahead and simcast that game. Let's get on to the Raptors real quick. The Hornets actually. Alright, so Hornets versus Raptors is our first game, and we are just going to start simulating. So to start off, the Raptors take a pretty big lead, and Hornets come back. And we actually have a pretty close game, possibly a jump in if it gets if it stays close. If it stays close, we will jump in, but the Raptors are starting to pull away, and unless the Hornets score here, yeah, that should do it. So the Raptors win. The next game on opening night is the Battle of LA. We have the Lakers versus the Clippers. So let's simcast this game and see if we can get a jump in. It doesn't look like we will. The Clippers take a big lead, and they do not let up. So the Clippers demolished the Lakers in the first game of the season. So let's just see some teams that we're interested in. I'm interested in the Nuggets with Melo and Iverson. So let's simcast a couple of their games and see where we're at. Yeah, I have a feeling the Nuggets are going to be really well. Are going to do really well. They do go down here to the Grizzlies, though. Pau Gasol leading the Grizzlies. And yeah, so the Grizzlies win 92-88 against the Nuggets. Here we have Nuggets versus Trailblazers. Hopefully we can get a jump in for this game. The Blazers have Brandon Roy and LaMarcus Aldridge, I believe. And the Nuggets win this game. We'll do a couple more games, see if we can get a Nuggets jump in. Doesn't seem likely, though. A lot of times early in these sims, it's hard to get jump ins. Yeah. This is just the first episode. So I'm going to change some sim sliders so that when we jump in on screen, we get better gameplay depending on how this gameplay runs. So I'm going to change some of the sliders. I'm going to change some of the sliders to make sure stats are correct. So if players are averaging 35 points a game, multiple players averaging 35 points a game, I will change that to make sure stats aren't too inflated. I'm just going to make adjustments as we go just to make sure that this sim is as realistic as possible. And as you guys know, if you look on the bottom right, I left team chemistry on. I usually don't do this, but I did want to actually add a realistic aspect to this sim. So if a team makes a trade, their team chemistry actually will be down at the start. And actually, if we go over here, we can take a look at the transaction report. There haven't been any trades yet. I did turn trades on automatic, so teams should be able to trade players back and forth. I have a feeling we're not going to see any in this first season, but you never know. So I guess we'll sim to this Nuggets Sixers game. That'll be the last chance that I'll give the Nuggets for a jump in. And we will simcast this game, 76ers at Nuggets. And let's see if we can get a jump in, because I do want to see this Nuggets team on screen. Allen Iverson against his former team. Will we get a jump in? Doesn't look like it. We won't. Alright, so let's sim to Christmas Day. Let's see what Christmas Day games we have going on. So we have the Timberwolves versus the Pistons, the Mavs versus the Celtics, the Rockets versus the Hornets. We have 6 Christmas Day games, the Grizzlies versus the Spurs, and Jazz versus Warriors. So first, we will head over to the Timberwolves game, and we'll simcast that. So Pistons go up early. Kevin Garnett and the Timberwolves trying to come back. And will we get a jump in? This is close. No, we won't. Pistons take over late. Next game up is Mavs Celtics. Possibly a jump in here. Yeah, I'm actually really excited to see this Mavs team with Dirk. Oh, we missed it. We should have jumped in. The Celtics came back. They outscored the Mavs by 21 in the final quarter. How did we miss that? Alright, next game up is Rockets Hornets. T-Mac and Yao versus David West and CP3. So Rockets go up big, but then the Hornets come back. They start the quarter on like a 12-0 run, but the Rockets win. Next game we have is Grizzlies Spurs, and then we have Jazz Warriors. So will the Grizzlies beat the Spurs on their home floor? I think that they will. And next up we have Warriors versus Jazz, and then Raptors versus Clippers. So Warriors take a lead in the third quarter, and they blow out the Jazz 32-12 in the third quarter, and they win. So these Christmas Day games have been an extreme letdown, besides the one we missed. Yeah, there haven't really been any jump-ins. Hopefully one in this game. Please, Raptors and Clippers, give us a jump-in. Give us a game that we can jump in and watch. They won't give us one. Alright, so I'm thinking about simulating to February 1st and seeing kind of where we're at. I'll take a look at the standings and award races after that. I assume guys like LeBron and Kobe to lead the MVP race to start this sim before guys like KD, Curry, Rose, Harden all come in. So, yeah. We'll just sim to February and see the award races and standings. I also expect the teams like the Lakers. I expect the Mavericks to do well. I expect the Nuggets to do well, at least this year and next year. And I'm also excited for some free agency, because I want to see how free agency will play out in this, because I have a feeling that if LeBron stays on this Cavs team his whole career, he's not going to win much. So I'm excited to see how free agency ends up playing out. Alright, so we are almost at, we are at February 1st now. And let's take a look at the NBA award races. Oh, okay, so Tim Duncan is actually first in the MVP race. He's averaging 23 and 15. LeBron is averaging 28, 6 and 6. He's second. Kobe's averaging 34, 5 and 5. He's third. Melo's averaging 29, 7 and 5. And D-Wade's averaging 27, 6 and 8. So, wow, that's actually pretty interesting. I like how the stats are looking. Not looking too inflated. And the top scorers are all averaging in the high 20s, which is realistic. Yeah, LeBron averaging 28, D-Wade averaging 27. So yeah, this is actually pretty realistic. Kobe averaging 34. It's realistic, so I'm happy with how the stats are looking. Alright, so now let's take a look at the standings and see where we're at. So yeah, the Spurs are in first. That is why Tim Duncan leads the MVP race now. Lakers are almost dead last. I mean, they only really have Kobe. So yeah. Bulls are in first out east. Who do they even have? They don't even have anyone that amazing. They have Ben Gordon, Luol Deng, Kirk Heinrich, Ben Wallace. That's pretty much it. What about the Nets? Nets have Kid Carter and Rich Jeff. So yeah, I expect the Nets to be good. I also expect the Heat to be good with D-Wade and Shaq. The Knicks I don't expect to be good. The Sixers I don't expect to be good. Bobcats I definitely don't expect to be good. Here are the Cavs with LeBron. I don't expect them to be that good either. It's literally LeBron and Ilgauskas. Literally it. They have no other guys over. Actually, Larry Hughes is an 82 overall. They do have a guy over 80. Alright, so let's go to the Heat. Let's see if we can get any Miami Heat games to jump into. They play the Utah Jazz here. So, Jazz at Heat on February 5th. Maybe we can possibly get a game to jump into. I'm hoping we can. possibly get a game. It's a pretty close game so far. And the Heat just need to score a couple buckets, then we will get a jump in. Please, Miami. Please, Miami. Score here, and I will jump in. Oh, they couldn't score. Miami wouldn't score. We almost got our first jump in there. I don't want to see the Pacers. I don't want to see any of the... I'll see this. The Wizards and Heat are actually pretty close in the standings, so I'm willing to jump into that game. And yeah, as I said, a lot of the courts are not going to be fully updated, or look how they looked back then. I will change it though for the next episode, and we do get another close game here. Oh my gosh, please score, Wizards, and I will jump in. Wizards, score. All right, I'm jumping in. We're getting our first jump in. Miami Heat versus the Washington Wizards. We are finally getting a jump in. Yes, the Wizards court, I believe, will definitely be what their court is now, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, like what their court is in 2021. So yeah, I'm assuming for the Wizards to not have like a old court in. Oh, they do. Okay, I'm actually surprised. So I guess it still works. I don't know. Okay, so the courts actually might be fine. All right, perfect. So Wizards here with the ball, down 3, and they miss a layup. So the Heat get the ball. 50 seconds left. Layup is good by Posey, and I'm not gonna say that'll probably do it, but it'll probably do it. All right, so got some mic issues. All right, so sorry about that mic issue. The Heat are up 5 with 48 seconds remaining. D Wade is player of the game. 30 points on 12 for 16 shooting. And another timeout call by the Wizards. So let's go out of this timeout and see the end of this game. Wizards inbounding. Who are they going to get it into? They get it in to Daniels. Gives it to Arenas. Arenas is a wide open lane. Easy dunk for him. And now the Wizards just need a stop. It's a lot to ask for on a guy like a D Wade, though, especially when he's on his game. 30 points tonight for him. D Wade with it now. Going left. It gets doubled. Haslam has it now in the corner. He's looking for someone. Is that Haslam? Who is that? Yeah, it was Haslam. Does not look like Udonis Haslam, though. It might be a younger face of him. That's why I didn't recognize him. Alright, so Wizards got the stop that they needed. And now they have the ball with 24 seconds left, down by 3. Arenas attacks right away, and he gets the lefty floater to go. So they will have to foul. And they do foul D Wade, so Wade will go to the line to shoot 2 against the Wizards. And these free throws are big. These free throws are big. Makes the first. I don't expect D Wade to miss any of these free throws. He's good on the second as well. So Miami Heat are up 3. Here's the Wizards with the ball. They need a 3 to win, but they find Arenas, and that works too. They just need to foul quick. And they foul Jason Williams this time. I think he's just as good of a free throw shooter, so I'm not expecting him to miss either. Jason Williams is good on both free throws. And the Wizards now need a 3 with 9.7 seconds remaining. Let's see if they can get it. Arenas crosses half court. Arenas finds Butler. Butler for 3. Misses. Shaq rebound, and that'll do it. The Miami Heat win by 3 in the first game we got to jump into. D Wade. All right, so pretty good jump in there. Let's just take a look at D Wade. Yeah, I'm just going in the instant replay to see some of the faces of these guys. So that's how D Wade looks. I believe it's the same face that there's any younger face for him. All right, so that's D Wade. Who else? Where's Arenas at? Gilbert Arenas. Let's see how he looks. Pretty good face. Alright, it looks good. White chocolate, Jason Williams. Got the tattoos. Alright, so everything looks pretty good to start. The gameplay actually didn't look that bad. I liked how Arenas kept attacking. That's what he was known for. You know, high tempo, high powered style of play. Great scoring ability. So I'm happy we got to jump into a Gilbert Arenas game and a Miami Heat game. So let's go to the Lakers now. Maybe we can get a Kobe game to jump into. I know that the Lakers are not that good this year, but I would still like to see Kobe Bryant on screen. And I believe that a matchup against the Suns is a perfect time to see him. So will we get a Kobe Bryant on screen appearance? It doesn't look like we will. Maybe we can get one here. Well, first we have Kobe versus Chris Paul, but maybe we can get one with Kobe and LeBron on February 26th. That would be something. I'm aware that both their teams aren't good, but it's still Kobe versus LeBron, so it doesn't really matter. All right, so Cavs at Lakers. Give us this jump in 2K. Everyone wants to see this Kobe versus LeBron battle. All right, yeah, the Lakers really aren't that good this year. Not sure why. I understand that they don't have a great team around Kobe, but they still have Kobe. We do have a close game here. It is back and forth. And then the Cavs all of a sudden just pull away out of nowhere to start the fourth quarter. So we don't get the jump in we were hoping for. Maybe we can get Kobe versus T-Mac with Lakers at Rockets on March 3rd. And after this, we will just sim to the All-Star draft and see where we're at. So, Lakers at Rockets. Kobe versus T-Mac. Will we get a game to jump into? We do have a close game. And I don't think we'll be able to jump in. Never mind. So, 120 to 104. The Rockets win. And then here we have Lakers versus Celtics. An all-time rivalry. Hopefully we can jump into this rivalry. But the Celtics take a big lead early and the Lakers come back. Lakers score. 102 left to go. And we get a jump in. Let's go. Our second jump in of the 2006 NBA history resim is between Kobe Bryant and the Lakers and the Boston Celtics. So even if the Celtics court isn't correct, it is. Good thing it is. But even if it wasn't, it wouldn't even be bad because their court now looks kind of the same. It's just different coloring. So yeah. Paul Pierce with the ball to Rondo. Rondo for 3. He misses. I believe that's Al Jefferson. He misses. And Lamar Odom has the ball. Is Kobe not on the floor? Now he is. I see number 8. When did Kobe change to 24? When did he change to number 24? Here's Paul Pierce. He gets fouled. So yeah, I'm actually going to look that up. When Kobe changed to number 24. I mean, I thought it was like this year. 2006, 2007. It was after the 2004-2005 season. So, yeah. This should be the first year he's wearing number 24. But I kind of like the 8 look on him. I think we're going to keep number 8 Kobe for this season and possibly next season. If he does play really bad this season, though, which he hasn't been, then obviously it will be necessary to give him a number change. Here's Kobe. Nice pass to Brown. Is that Kwame? He gets it to go. No way. That's Kwame Brown, I think. Alright, so Paul Pierce with the ball. Paul Pierce going left. Finds Rondo once again. Rondo. Step back jumper. No good. Kwame with the rebound. And the Lakers call a timeout. So we have 14 seconds left to play in this game. And we have a 1-point game between the Lakers and the Celtics. So the player of the game is Paul Pierce. 32 points on 12 for 20 shooting. Pretty good night for him. So Parker has the ball. Will Kobe get a touch? 5 seconds left to go. Parker going right. Kobe doesn't get his touch. They give it to Odom. Lamar Odom misses, and that'll do it. Before this game ends, let's just take a look at Kobe. So if we zoom out, Kobe Bryant was stuck in the corner here. Let's just see how he looks with the number 8 on. So there's Kobe Bryant with the number 8 on. Yeah, I was 99% sure that Kobe changed his number before this, so I was actually very confused when he was wearing number 8. So that's how Kobe looks. We can head out. So we're going to sim to the All-Star draft now, and I kind of want to get to the playoffs and then the draft. So let's head over to the All-Star draft, and then we'll sim past the All-Star break, and then after that we will probably take a look at the standings and award races and then head to the playoffs. So can the Lakers string together a couple wins to get them in the playoffs? I mean, it's going to be hard because the West is also pretty tough. They do beat the Spurs, though. The All-Star captains have been announced. LeBron and Kobe are the All-Star captains. Dirk, T-Mac, Jermaine O'Neal gets a start, and Carmelo Anthony. Tim Duncan, Paul Pierce, Dwayne Wade, and Gilbert Arenas are your starters for Team LeBron. And then on the bench, as you guys can see, Bosh, Garnett, Kid. Yeah, also, don't worry about, the numbers it says for them. For Bosh, it says 12-time All-Star. Obviously, that's not possible. Because this is only, his 3rd or 4th year in the league. So, yeah. Don't pay attention to, the accolades and everything. I have them all recorded in the stream doc. So, any accolades will be recorded by me, not by 2K. Guys who enter the league now, though, like Kevin Durant entering the league this year, his player card should be reset. So when he makes an All-Star game, it should say first All-Star appearance. So for guys who are entering the league from now on, it should be correct. but from guys who were already in the league when we started this sim, it might not be correct. So yeah, like for Dirk, I don't think he's an 11-time All-Star, and I mean I could be wrong. I think Dirk actually might have started earlier. Yeah, Dirk could actually be an 11-time All-Star. All right, so let's head over to May 1st, and then we'll take a look at all of the award races and the NBA standings. May 1st is the start of the last full month of the NBA season. So yeah, we will head to there. And we're still on the Lakers screen. And as you guys can see, wins have been hard to come by for them. I'm not sure why. They just can't seem to string together like a couple good wins. They win a game there against the Celtics and Hornets. A Warriors win would be huge here. If they can beat the Warriors, they don't. They lose by 1. Wow. All right. So they beat the Grizzlies, lose to the Hornets. They probably will beat the Sixers. All right. So the Lakers are starting to get back on track. They need to win 2 out of these 3. They beat the Bucks. They need to beat the Clippers or the Nets. Big game here against them for the Nets. And they lose. So before May here, the Lakers have 2 more games. They play the Nuggets and Jazz. They win, and they lose. So let's take a look at the NBA standings. The Suns are the 1 seed out west with Amare and Steve Nash. The Spurs with Tony, Manu, and Tim Duncan are the 2 seed. The Rockets with T-Mac and Yao Ming are the 3 seed. And then we have, who do we have? We have the Clippers, Grizzlies, Mavs all fighting for that 7, 8, and 9 spot. And then out east, we have the Bulls in first. Again, I don't really think the Bulls have a good team, so I actually would not, oh, sorry about my mic. I actually wouldn't be surprised if, like, the Bulls lose to LeBron's Cavs. Wow, I want to see that first round matchup. Hopefully the Cavs do get in. I believe they will. Wow, the 4 through 8 race in the East is so close. It's within like 1 game. That's crazy. All right, so yeah, I think the Cavs are pretty good. They should make it. So we haven't been on the Cavs screen yet. We haven't seen much of LeBron, and right here, perfect. He has a game against Tracy McGrady and the Houston Rockets. So we will go to that game and start to simcast it. We haven't got our first look at LeBron on screen, and it doesn't look like we will get it in this game as the Rockets blow out the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Magic are pretty good. Let's see the Cavs versus the Orlando Magic. So we will start this simcast. And the Cavs just can't stick with like the great teams. But they do come back against the Magic, actually. Maybe a jump in if the Cavs can score a couple more buckets. Maybe a jump in. The Cavs need buckets though. And they don't get them. So the Magic win that game. I'll give the Cavs 2 more tries, once against the Kings and once against the Lakers. If not, hopefully we see them in the playoffs. They have not won a game since I've been on their screen. Is this the game that they win? They have had a very hard schedule, to be fair. And can they come back against the Kings? They don't, and they still haven't won a game. So we will give them a game against the Lakers. This is like a must-win for them. I wouldn't be surprised if they're out of the playoff picture now. They're out of the top 8 out in the East. All right, pretty close game here. Can we get a LeBron versus Kobe jump in? Please, 2K. We aren't going to get it. But the Cavs beat the Lakers. I'll give LeBron one more chance against the Nets here. This is the last one I'm giving him. Cavs at Nets. Will we get a jump in? Nationally televised game. And the Nets are up at home. Cavs keeping it close though. But then the Nets go up big. And yeah, all right. So that is it for the Cavs. We will sim to the last week of the season and see where we're at in the playoff picture and the award races before we start the NBA playoffs. So we're on the Clippers screen right now, and they're on a 4-game, make that 5-game winning streak. All right, so let's take a look at the award races. Tim Duncan still leads the MVP race. LeBron has fallen out of the MVP race. Carmelo is second. T-Mac is third. D-Wade is fourth, and Arenas is fifth. All these pure scorers. I like to see that 2K is valuing this valuability of Tim Duncan over just the pure scorers who are putting up great numbers, because Tim Duncan, his team is first in the NBA, I believe. Or no. Yeah, they were second. All right, so they're second in the NBA as of right now. The Magic are the 1 seed now. Oh, wow, we had a big change in the East. So the Cavs fall all the way down to the 10 seed right now. And the Bulls fall down 4 spots. The Magic move up to the 1 seed behind Jameer Nelson, Hito Turkoglu, and Dwight Howard. The Suns take the 1 seed. Well, the Suns were the 1 seed before. All right. So let's sim to like the last 2 days and see which teams are fighting for a playoff spot. So let's take a look at the playoff picture once again. And we have the Lakers and the Kings fighting out for the last playoff spot. And we have, wow, oh my gosh, we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-way tie between teams in the East. I have never seen that in my life. And then the Cavs are sitting a game out of all these teams. What is going on out East? This has to be one of the... I've never seen a time when a 5 seed has not clinched a playoff spot with 1 game remaining. Okay, so first we're going to go to the LA Lakers and see if they have a game today. Okay, the Lakers have 2 more games. So yeah, we're going to start simcasting this Lakers game first and see where we're at. So the LA Lakers, oh, and they are fighting with the Kings for that final playoff spot, right? So this was a huge win for them, I believe. And we are done with that day. So now if we head over to the playoff picture, the Lakers should be in, right? Okay, so the Lakers are in. Out East, so the Pistons somehow clinched as the 8 seed. This is insane. What is going on? All right, I'm just gonna go to like the daily view. Oh my gosh, there's way too many games. All right, you know what? I'm just gonna sim and see what the playoffs end up being in the East. I doubt the Cavs got in. I don't think the Lakers are going to beat the Suns here. The Suns are the best team in the NBA right now. Yeah. All right, so the Lakers don't win. And if we take one last look at the playoff picture, the Lakers get in, and the Cavs fall short, and the Nets get knocked out. Tough loss for the Nets. They finish with the same record as 2 teams above them, but they do not end up in the playoffs. And then we had a huge drop off from the 10 to 11 seed. All right, so that was here are the lottery odds, by the way, at the end of the season. The Bobcats, Knicks, and Sixers round out the top 3. So let's head over to the NBA playoffs. Let's just see the awards first. So Tim Duncan, I'm not overriding this. There are other guys who could have won. Kobe, probably not. His team was the 8 seed. Melo could have won. D-Wade, his team was also the 8 seed, right? Yeah, so the only other realistic option here was Melo. Rookie of the Year, Randy Foye. I'm not sure if the Rookie of the Year is broken or anything. It usually gets broken like in the first year. I'm not sure if it is though. Boris Diaw wins 6th Man of the Year in Phoenix, 16 points per game. Defensive Player of the Year goes to LeBron. Are there any other guys who deserved it over him? Bogut averaged 3 blocks per game. Arenas averaged, but LeBron was everywhere on the defensive end. 2 steals and 1.5 blocks. So we're going to keep LeBron. Most improved goes to Dwight, averaging 15 and 14. And yeah. So that is where we stand. Here's the playoff picture. So let's just do a quick rundown. So round 1, out west, we have Phoenix versus LA. Houston versus Utah, Denver versus the Clippers, and San Antonio versus Golden State. Out east, we have Orlando versus Miami, Boston versus Milwaukee, Toronto versus Washington, and Chicago versus Detroit. That is where we stand right now, and let's just start simulating this round. And if we simulate a couple of these games, we have Washington up 3-0 here and Houston up 3-0, and the Lakers are really going to get a first round win, huh? Raptors have been eliminated. Jazz have been eliminated. Oh my gosh, dude. The Lakers are really going to upset the Suns. Kobe Bryant is different. Kobe Bean Bryant. Alright, so we have a couple game 6s. We have a lot of them, actually. Clippers have been eliminated. What other games? Miami Heats have been eliminated, and we do get some game 7s. So the first game 7 we have is Pistons versus Bulls. We are hopping right into the Simcast, and we do have a close game here, and the Bulls pull away. Teams always pull away in the fourth quarter. It is crazy. All right, then we have Warriors Spurs, and they're saving the best for last. Lakers Suns. And the Warriors kill the Spurs. I was not expecting the Spurs to get bounced this early. I thought that the Spurs were going to make it to the conference finals against either the Rockets or Suns. All right, and then the final game of round 1, we have Lakers versus Suns. And I really did think the Lakers were going to win. I really did think that the Lakers were going to win. But they don't, and the Suns advance. So the second round is now set up. Toronto, the 3 seed, got swept. The 2 seed out west lost. And no other big upsets. So I expect, before we go any further, I expect Orlando to play Chicago. Actually, Orlando to play Washington. And out here, I expect Houston to play Denver. And then in the finals, I expect it to be Orlando versus Denver, and I expect Denver to win. I have very high hopes for Denver, for obvious reasons. So Phoenix goes up 3-0, and they complete the sweep. Chicago wins 4-1, so I was already wrong. Let's just simulate another game. So 3-2. We have 2 3-2 matchups. Nuggets Warriors. So the Nuggets are up in this matchup. Can the Warriors force a game 7 and bring this series back to Denver? We do have a close game. Nuggets starting to pull away. Warriors staying right with them though, and we have a tie game with 2:17 left to go. We get our first NBA playoff jump in. Our first NBA playoff jump in of the sim. So we have the Nuggets facing off against the Golden State Warriors. And this should be a good game. Alright, yeah, so I thought all the courts were going to get messed up, but they didn't, which I'm very happy about. Monte Ellis gets in the paint already. So as you guys know, if you guys watch like other YouTubers do resims and stuff, Monte Ellis is the best like sim player of all time. This dude has like insane tendencies and stuff. He could legitimately win MVP. Melo turns around before the ball goes in the hoop. Carmelo Anthony puts the Nuggets up 1. J.R. Smith on Monte Ellis. Monte Ellis snatch Misses the jumper, though, and Nene comes down with the board. Melo looking to run up to JR. JR in the lane, pull up. No good. Rebound, Monte Ellis. This game is picking up pace. Monte Ellis bringing it up past half court in the lane. Left righty layup is good. Monte Ellis has 13 points in this game, and he already has 4 on screen. Or 5. Was it a 3 the first shot he hit? I don't remember. Melo, mid-range pull-up, misses. Camby with the putback. So Marcus Camby puts the Nuggets back up 1. Nuggets looking to close out this series. Monte Ellis spin move. Snatch back, looking to Baron Davis. Baron kicks it. And Nene forces the jump ball. So we will have a jump ball here with 1:12 remaining. And the Warriors win it. Foyle comes down with it. Jackson now has it to Monte Ellis. Monte Ellis pulls up in the lane. In and out. Carmelo Anthony with the rebound. 1 minute left to go. Melo crosses half court. Crossover. Snatch. Getting to the middle of the paint. Can't find anything. Camby now with it. Looking for Iverson. Iverson for 3. Misses. Camby cannot get the rebound. Foyle comes down with it. Monte Ellis looking to push. Denver up 1. Finds Baron Davis in the lane. Blocked. I believe that was blocked by Camby. Iverson looking for Melo. And Melo's blocked but fouled. Melo was fouled on the layup. He has 36 points tonight. Before we continue, let's just get a look at Melo. Let's see how they made Melo look. So Carmelo Anthony here at the line, shooting free throws. He got the braids. So we got braids Melo in here. Looking pretty good. The face looks good. The arm sleeve looks good. The leg sleeves looks good. So yeah, everything does look good. With Melo. Let's just get a screenshot of this in case it has to be used as a thumbnail. Alright, so there's Carmelo Anthony. That's our first look of him in this sim, and he puts Denver up 3. So Jason Richardson now crosses half court. Timeout, Warriors. So the Warriors are down 3. And they don't necessarily need a 3, but if they don't, they will have to start fouling. Which is what I don't want to sit here for the next 5 minutes for. Player of the game obviously goes to Carmelo Anthony with 38 points on 13 for 24 shooting. So inbound to Baron Davis, kicks it to Richardson. Jason Richardson now driving in the lane. Can't get anything. Good defense there. Almost gets the and 1. He'll go to the line for 2. Good on the first. Can he make the second? He does. And Nuggets are now down. Nuggets are up 1, and they call a timeout. So 105-104 Denver with 22.9 seconds remaining in this game. So Melo with the ball now. Inbounds to Blake, and they immediately foul. So Steve Blake, I believe that's Steve Blake. He'll go to the line for 2. Makes the first. And he's good on the second as well. So Golden State, either a really quick 2 or a 3. So Monte Ellis with it now. Baron Davis, he was open for a second. Monte Ellis now getting into the paint. Lefty layup, no good. Camby rebound. Melo, this game is over. So we are going to get out of here and sim to the end. The Nuggets win by 4. And the Golden State Warriors have been eliminated as the Nuggets move on to the Western Conference Finals. So as we load back in, we will sim this game between the Magic and the Celtics. Celtics trying to force a Game 7, and they will. So we have a Game 7 here between Orlando and Boston. And Orlando goes up big, and they destroy the Celtics in Game 7. So we have Phoenix versus Denver and Orlando versus Chicago. We're just going to start off by simulating the round. 3-0 leads for both these teams. And yeah, I wasn't even going to bother jumping in there. We have the two best teams in the NBA meeting up in the NBA Finals. No surprise here. And let's just start simulating the round. 1-1, make it 2-1, 3-1 Magic. So will the Orlando Magic beat the Phoenix Suns on their home floor to win the NBA title? Will the Orlando Magic beat the Phoenix Suns? We have a close game here. And we are just going to go really slow. It looks like that they are going to win. Let's just jump in to see the trophy presentation to the Orlando Magic. So, a fun and entertaining first season. We had our first look at a bunch of guys. First look at Kobe. First look at Melo. First look at D Wade. So we are going to jump in here and see the Orlando Magic winning an NBA title. And we do load in the finals print on the court. You love to see it. So Grant Hill will inbound. And I assume that they will dribble out the clock. They are fouling. And before we continue, let's just get a look at who the guy who will probably be the finals MVP. Dwight Howard. So yeah, 2K did not give him the arm sleeves. So I will change that for the next episode. You know, and anything that I saw graphics wise and gameplay wise, I will be fixing in the next episode. And Orlando will take a shot, Hedo Turkoglu. And that'll do it. The Orlando Magic are NBA champions. They are celebrating in Phoenix. Hedo Turkoglu, Dwight Howard, and the Orlando Magic defeat the Phoenix Suns in 6 games, was it? Or 5? No, it was 5, I think. Actually, I have no clue. I'm pretty sure that it was 5, but I'm not 100% sure. So there are the Orlando Magic. And Dwight Howard wins Finals MVP. So Dwight Howard becomes the first Finals MVP of the sim. He becomes the first significant NBA champion. Hopefully we get to see guys like Wade, Bron, Kobe, Melo win some championships in years to come. So that is it for the first NBA season. We now head into the off season. We will do the NBA draft and free agency, and then we will head into the next season, which will be the next episode. So yeah, they did win in 5 games. They win 4-1. So that's how the final playoff bracket looked as we head into the NBA offseason. Player retirements: Cliff Robinson, Gary Payton, Scottie Pippen, Reggie Miller. Alright, so a bunch of guys who are just extremely old. Staff retirements: Greg Popovich retires. Alright. Hall of Fame inductees: Gary Payton and Scottie Pippen. Jersey retirements: Gary Payton. League meetings: let's just reject everything. League realignment. Alright, and the draft lottery. This is big. The Kevin Durant sweepstakes. Alright, so we don't want to see Kevin Durant in Charlotte. I want to see him in either Seattle, where he ended up in real life, Philly, or New York. That is where we want to see him. He goes to Indiana. I'm not mad. Well, I assume that Indiana will take him. I hope he doesn't fall to Charlotte. All right, so we are going to head over to the NBA draft. And the Indiana Pacers are now on the clock, and they do select 6'10" power forward from Texas, Kevin Durant. Will the Bobcats take Greg Oden? They take Mike Conley, so that is a great pick for them. Probably the second best player in this draft. Al Horford, probably the third best player in the draft, goes to the Knicks. Not a bad pick. Who will take Greg Oden, though? Jeff Green goes to the Blazers. Luis Scola goes to the Sixers. Daquan Cook gets drafted over Greg Oden. I don't even agree with that. Wilson Chandler to the Hawks. The Hornets take Joakim Noah. That is a great pick. Warriors take Thaddeus Young. Another good pick. Carl Landry, not the best pick. Greg Oden goes to the Kings. So he could become good in this universe. And the Knicks are on the clock. They take Corey Brewer. And who will the Cavs get to help LeBron? Yi Jianlin, not a bad pick. Wow, I did not know Marc Gasol was here. He falls to 14, and the New Jersey Nets pick him up. And Jared Dudley goes to the Lakers. So the Lakers were one pick away from getting Marc Gasol. So there are some pretty good players left. Let's see if there's any more. We'll go to like pick 24. Yeah, the Clippers are at pick 24. We'll just go there. Alright, yeah, no one else. Let's just see the Nuggets. Alright, yeah. So we're done for this draft. Sim to end. And that'll do it for the draft. So before free agency starts, let me just make sure I have all of the My League automation on so that they Alright, yeah, so that's why trades were on manual for this season. I am turning them on auto. Everything else is on auto. Alright, my bad. Qualifying offers. We don't pay attention to that. Let's just get to free agency. So LeBron is an unrestricted free agent, actually. Same with so this actually was a great year to start the sim. This is all of these guys' first unrestricted free agent years. Alright, so wow. This is a huge free agency year. Oh my gosh. Where did LeBron go? Stay with the Cavs. Alright. D Wade goes to the Rockets. Chris Bosh goes to the Magic. Marcus Camby goes to the Spurs. Josh Howard goes to the Knicks. Oh, okay, where's Melo gonna go? Oh, did T-Mac come to the Suns? No way T-Mac came to the Suns after they just made the finals. No way. T-Mac came to the Suns. Okay, so LeBron, Cavs, T-Mac, Suns. Melo goes to the Warriors. The Warriors beat the Spurs in the playoffs just now. Okay, wow, so I like that I started here. Rip Hamilton goes to the Rockets. Yo, the Rockets just got rid of T-Mac, but then they got D Wade. The younger and better player that they paid for less. They literally paid less for him. The Rockets absolutely finessed this free agency, and they got Rip Hamilton. The Rockets are the winners of this free agency period. Wow, okay. Anyone else that we need to worry about? I don't think so. Alright, the Suns are also going to be pretty good. So let's just sim to the next season. So that was actually a very exciting season. Yeah. So let's get to the 2007-2008 season. This is KD's rookie year. So we're going to download a draft class. User created. And I'll just download the first 2008 one I see. I can always go back in and change it. Let's see one with a lot of downloads. Shout out to Dev Awesome. 2008 draft with some real players. Let's sim to the next season and see who the upcoming draft prospects are. Is this D Rose, or was D Rose 2009? I believe that this was D Rose. It should be. Yeah. All right. So D Rose, Michael Beasley, and Westbrook. Okay. Yeah. So Westbrook and Rose. Oh my gosh. Wow. This is a big draft class. All right. So we have D Rose, Michael Beasley, Westbrook, Kevin Love, Serge Ibaka, Roy Hibbert, OJ Mayo, Danilo Gallinari, Eric Gordon, DJ Augustine, Brooke Lopez, DeAndre Jordan, Maurice Spates, Mario Chalmers, Robin Lopez, Ryan Anderson, Nicholas Batum, George Hill, Courtney Lee, Luke Richard, Mbah Mute, Goran Dragic, JaVale McGee, all coming into the league. So wow, that is a pretty big draft class. And those are the guys who will be coming in next year. So, yeah, just to recap, we saw a bunch of guys sign in free agency. If we head over to the Rockets, we can actually see some of their signings. Yeah, the Rockets are going to have an amazing team. I did not realize that all those guys were going to be free agents this year. So I'm really happy that I started in this year. Yeah, okay. So they have D Wade, Richard Hamilton, Yao Ming, Chris Webber, an old Chris Webber, Shane Battier, Bonzi Wells, Sean Bradley, Dikembe. Oh my gosh, Steve Novak. They also have some great older role players. Some of the vets behind D Wade, Rip Hamilton, and Yao Ming. The next big three that we will see in this sim, or the first big three, I should say. I believe that this is the first big three that we will see. Well, yeah, Duncan, Parker, and Ginobili, but they were a real letdown last year. Nash, McGrady, and Stoudemire as well. We will also see this big three. Yeah, so. Oh, Melo with the War. Oh, I forgot about the Warriors too, that we saw them on screen. And now we will have, okay, this is exciting. I am really excited. So yeah, let me just make sure the Cavs team say it exactly. Yeah, the Cavs team say it exactly the same. I feel bad for LeBron. Shouldn't have re-signed. So in another 4 years, we will see LeBron make a decision like he did in real life. So this is the 2007 season. We have to wait till 2011 when he went to the Heat in real life. Maybe he will leave the Cavs. All right, so that was a really fun episode, a really fun season. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for the 2007-2008 season. We have a lot of big storylines. We have a lot of big name players coming into the league after the next season. Yeah. So stay tuned. Make sure to like and subscribe to keep up with this series. Hope you guys enjoyed. Peace.